Let's jump into one of the biggest and honestly most controversial AI updates of 2026, because South Korea is officially becoming the first country in the world to activate a full national AI law, even before the European Union, and the entire tech world is watching this very closely. So here's the story. On January 22, 2026, South Korea will flip the switch on something called the Framework Act on Artificial Intelligence. It may sound boring, but trust me, this is a huge deal. This law basically decides how every AI company, every AI creator, every AI researcher, and even AI users in Korea are supposed to operate starting this year. And what makes it wild is that Korea is now ahead of everyone, ahead of the EU, ahead of the US, by becoming the first country to officially enforce a complete AI regulation system nationwide. Now let's break down what this law actually does, because this is where things get crazy. South Korea is taking a risk-based approach, meaning they are dividing AI systems into levels based on how dangerous or impactful they are. So, for example, if an AI is used in hospitals, schools, or government services, meaning it has high impact on people's lives, then that AI has to follow extremely strict rules. Companies will need to prove their AI is safe, transparent, explainable, and not harming anyone's rights. Basically, if your AI touches anything important, the government wants to see exactly how it works. But the most controversial part, the one creators absolutely hate, is the watermark rule. This law says that if you create content using AI, whether it's a video, image, text, music, anything, it must have a visible watermark or label saying "made by AI." And creators are furious about this because they feel it will make their content look fake or low quality. Think about it. If you upload a short film and there's a big AI watermark on it, people might not take your work seriously, even if the quality is top tier. Brands might avoid using AI-generated ads because they fear customers will think it's not real. So yeah, this one rule alone is making creators panic. But we're not done. Here comes the real crisis. The 98% problem. A new survey shows that 98% of Korean AI startups are not prepared for this law. Only 2% are even close. The reason? The government hasn't fully explained all the details yet. Nobody knows exactly what counts as high impact, nobody knows which guidelines are mandatory and which are optional, and nobody wants to take the risk of accidentally breaking a rule. Imagine having an exam tomorrow, but the teacher didn't tell you what chapters are included. That's exactly how Korean startups feel right now. Many founders are publicly saying, we might have to shut down our services on January 22 because we can't risk getting fined over rules that aren't clear. And because of all this confusion, many Korean AI companies are planning something surprising. They're considering escaping to Japan. Yes, Japan might become the safe zone for Korean AI startups. Why? Because Japan is taking a very friendly, innovation-first approach. Their policy is basically like, please be safe, but we won't punish you if you make small mistakes, while Korea is going, be safe or we will penalize you. So naturally, Korean startups are thinking, why not move to Japan, build freely, and avoid the stress? This might actually trigger a big AI migration from Korea to Japan in 2026. But there is some good news, what we call the silver lining. The Korean government realized they moved too fast and that everyone is confused, so they announced a one-year grace period. This means the law starts in January 2026, but the government promised they won't fine anyone until 2027. So companies have 12 months to figure out how to follow the rules, adjust their AI models, change their labeling, update their safety systems, and basically survive without going bankrupt. So overall, this is one of the most important global AI stories right now, because Korea is basically running an experiment that every other country is watching. If it works, the world may follow. If it fails, Korea might accidentally push away its own AI industry. And with Japan opening its doors and China moving aggressively in robotics and AI, the competition is about to get intense.